Student Action Summit. What is going on? You guys having a good time in Tampa, Florida? Everybody made sure they got a good night's sleep. I'm gonna tell your parents, shame. You know, it's been a big 6 months. Big 6 months. Donald Trump has taken Washington by storm. The Republicans on Capitol Hill, we actually passed one big beautiful bill. The media doesn't really know what to think. Well, they never really knew what to think, let's just be honest. Not the brightest. And the Democrats have lost it. They've lost their minds. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised. You can hear by the chatters in the crowd, Brooklyn is always in the house. But my former home city has lost its mind. They are bringing in some guy named Mamdani. I mean, you can boo the man because the ideas are crazy. This guy wants to bring back government supermarkets. I say bring back because the government used to be in the food distribution business. For anybody who's old enough, they will tell you that if you were poor, like I was, in New York City, like I was, you would stand in lines to get cheese, peanut butter, and a bunch of other things. The government would give the stuff out. I've stood in those lines as a young kid. That's just the history. That's the truth. The government's so bad at it, they got out of that business and just gave people these things called food stamps. We now call them SNAP benefits. And that's what they gave people to go to the supermarket and buy it for themselves. Because at some point, somebody realized giving away food out of a government store is not what the government should be doing. How about we just help people at the bottom, give them purchasing power so they can go to the supermarket and get it for themselves? Novel concept. But this guy in New York wants to bring it back. He somehow thinks that he is smarter than all economics, that all of human history, and thinks he can actually deliver for the people of New York City. So as a guy who's running for governor in the great state of Florida, who, by the way, has been endorsed by Donald Trump to be the next governor of Florida, I have a responsibility to prepare my state for a lot more New Yorkers. When you come to this line in a speech, some people are happy, some people are sad. But we have a simple phrase we tell some of my former compatriots from the state of New York. If you come here to Florida to be free, to have no state income tax, to live in a state where we want you to innovate, to be successful, where government's not in your way, if you come here, do not vote for the same stupid people in Florida. Don't vote for the same stupid people. These are the people who thought it was cool to let an auto pen run the White House. Let's not do that. These are the people who thought it was okay to open up our borders and let tens of millions of people in the United States. These are the people, and this is one of their bright ideas that actually didn't get adopted. These are the people who thought it was okay for the Treasury Department to spy in every one of your bank accounts if you spent more than $800 in a calendar year. That's how crazy the Democrats have gotten. This stuff is sick, and it's nuts. These are the people who believe in a central bank digital currency. These are the people who believe that just by raising more taxes and spending more money, that somehow we will all be prosperous. But because of all of your hard work over the last 2 years, the American people said, no, no, we don't want that mess anymore. We want common sense. We want freedom. We want liberty. We want Donald Trump. So keep Mom Donnie in New York, but it ain't coming to Florida. Can I tell y'all a story? So last year in the presidential campaign trail, I was all over the country campaigning for President Trump. I was everywhere. It was wild. Honestly, it was a surreal time because, you know, I'm from inner city Brooklyn. I moved to Florida almost 30 years ago at the age of 17. I went to college in Tallahassee, FAMU in Florida State. Go Noles. Those are my guys right there. It's my guys. Although, I'm running for governor. I love all of our universities. I love them all. We have the best university system in the entire country. It's a beautiful, beautiful system. So as a guy who came here with nothing, I never thought in my wildest dreams I would be a surrogate for a candidate for president of the United States. And because I'm from New York, I really never thought I would be a surrogate for Donald Trump. It's like a New York thing, you know? Something I never really thought was ever gonna happen. But it's happening, and we're going all over the country. And my team would schedule events, and I would go into different arenas, you know, different symposiums, conferences, everywhere, talking about the president's agenda, what we were gonna do to make America great again. And one of my colleagues, you know her, she was supposed to debate me a couple times. The president refers to her as Crockett. And so Crockett was supposed to debate me. And a funny thing happened. Her schedule would always change. I would be ready to go. My team would say, all right, sir, she's coming in, you're going to debate about this stuff. And it would change. And miraculously, she couldn't do it. I think I remember one time we were in Philadelphia, and we were supposed to do a debate for NPR. And all of a sudden, her schedule changed. And the reason why the schedule kept changing is because we understood very quickly that when you try to debate somebody who knows the facts, has the substance, brings common sense, and has a better argument, it's better for your schedule just to change. It might be better for you to just find something else to do. You see, we live in a country where it is your voice that is what truly matters. Not a lot of us who are on stage or even do TV interviews or on social media. It is your voice. And the way we expand that voice is that we need hardworking people from all walks of life who decide that they're going to give a little bit of time to this experiment called America. Just a little bit of time. That's what so many of you in this crowd and so many others who couldn't join us this weekend here in Tampa, this is the hard work you did last year. And look, I get it. As somebody who's knocked doors, trust me, I've knocked doors. I've knocked doors in the heat. I've knocked doors looking like this. Can you imagine knocking doors in a suit in July in Florida? He's shaking his head. He's like, nah, man. Nah, we're not doing it. But you got to look good, baby. You got to dress for the job. You got to show up at the door and be like, I'm here for you. And so I've knocked doors, done it. I've been on the phone, did it. I helped people find what list they were going to look through to call, been there. I know the hard work all of you have done. And that is how you extend that branch. That's how you reach the people of our country. It's door to door, call to call, person to person. We will find candidates, we will bring candidates who will uphold the principles of conservatism, the principles of liberty, who fight for America, who are always going to stand on the right side of history. But if that candidate doesn't have you, well, that's a tree that just falls in the forest with no one around. That tree doesn't make a sound. And so I will tell you, political activism is critical for the future. I get it, man. We're riding high. Listen, Donald Trump is on a win streak. We've never seen anything like this. We've never seen anything like this. I mean, it's just win after win after win. People are excited. Like, I'll be honest. When I said I'm in and I was going to back the president, I backed him because I knew he could step in day one and turn this country around. I knew it. In part because, yes, he had been there. And he knew all the stuff from Trump 1. And coming into Trump 2, it was going to be very, very different. And they are moving at light speed. But I'll be honest with you, I didn't even think it would be moving this fast. It shocked me. But that is because the president has surrounded himself with like-minded individuals who are committed to the agenda, and they're committed to you, the American people. But it didn't matter where we went. We were on a bus tour for 2 weeks in Pennsylvania. It didn't matter. If we were in Pennsylvania working hard, it had to be people in the crowd who were going to be there standing with us. To you young people at the Student Action Summit, let me tell you this. We might be winning today. Florida is red today. But the way we continue to win, the way we continue to keep Florida red, the way we keep Texas and Tennessee red, the way we bring Georgia back from the brink, don't know what's going on there for a little bit, we're going to bring it back. If we're ever going to have a shot of getting the job done consistently in Nevada and in Arizona and Wisconsin, is with you. You're talking to a guy who 15 years ago nobody ever heard of. I walked into a Tea Party meeting and they were like, who's this guy? But at least he wants to learn about the Constitution. I went to my first Republican Executive Committee 14 years ago and they were like, we heard about him from the Tea Party movement. Nice to meet you, son. Because, you know, I was younger then. Not smaller, same size, just younger. Right? And they were like, nice to meet you, sonny. Just a guy. But I was passionate. The passion you bring to our politics is what will keep us at the head of the table. The work you bring into this endeavor is what will keep the Democrats as the current laughingstock that they are. I mean, I don't know, has anybody seen like the Democrat approval rating lately? It's like 20%. I mean, that's bad. It's good for us, sir. You're right, it's good for us. Bad for them. But when you have bad policies, what do you expect? When you have bad policies and run worse people, this is what you get. But it's in our hands. We can't give up now. And I know you'll probably be like, Byron, man, 24 was a lot. Do you know how hard we worked? Trust me, I know how hard you worked. But constitutionalism, representative democracy, does not function without an active and motivated people. I'm going to paraphrase, but an old saying goes like this: those who do not pay attention to their politics will be ruled by their inferiors. And in America, for far too long, we have let our inferiors rule over this country. For far too long, we have let people who, quite frankly, are not smart make decisions as if they are the only people with intellect in the country. And a large reason why that was even able to occur is because we were just living our lives, raising kids, going to work, in Florida, heading to the beach. And she's ready to go back to the beach. She's like, I got to hit Clearwater. She's like, after this is over, I'm hitting Clearwater. That's what we're doing. But we can't live like that anymore. We have to be engaged at all times. In this campaign for governor, I'm talking about the future of our state. We are the best state in the country here in Florida. The best. If you come from another state, I get it. But trust me, we're the best state in the country. Just here to tell you the truth. If you're a Texas person, I love you. That's great. You're number 2. Anyway, Oklahoma's like 7. That's all right. I know some guys in Oklahoma. But let me tell you this. We've gotten here because of consistent leadership over decades. Governor DeSantis has done a tremendous job leading this state. A tremendous job. Before him, Rick Scott did a tremendous job leading this state. And so what we're talking about now is, now that in Florida the Democrats have been defeated because we've had great policy and great leadership in our state, now it's time to look to the future. Diversifying our economy, making sure that the best jobs that exist anywhere in America exist here, making Florida the financial capital of the world, making our roads more efficient and better, cleaning up our insurance markets, because we got to do that. You young people, you haven't gotten there yet, but I'm telling you, baby, whoo, insurance, whoo, it's tough. But we have the luxury of doing that stuff in Florida, because if you go around this state like I have, our activists in Florida are committed to keeping Florida the free state of Florida. They're committed. I know so many of them from my time in the grassroots. They are locked in and not going anywhere. So young people, students, activists, I'm telling you the truth. There is no movement, there is no party that can stop young people active for the right principles, the principles of liberty and freedom for the future of America. I'm looking at you now in this room, and I'm a little scared of y'all. Because when you are mobile, agile, active, when you never quit, you never give up, don't mind the sweat, don't mind the rain. Yes, you'll be in a suit or in a button-up in 90-degree weather, but you got to go see Miss Jane, because Miss Jane's got to get to the polls, baby. We got to get you there to vote. Thank you, there. I appreciate you. We hiring her. She's too active. When that's the energy you bring to this movement of ours, we, and I say we, are unstoppable. God bless you, Turning Point. I love you guys. Stay in the fight. Stay with us.